Good afternoon. The team members are Jose Manuel SALAS MOYERS and I, Alejandra LIZETH Barba MÁRQUEZ. And today we are going to present the explanation of some TOEFL skills. The skills that will be presented are of great help to answer the preview of the listening comprehension section. In the first case, the skill 20 called Determine the Topic is simple but very important. For this skill, we must consider that indirectly the recording will tell us in the first sentences the general topic of the conversation in order to be able to link the recording with the questions and their possible answers in a simpler way. If we put this skill into practice, when we listen to the conversation, we are be able to imagine it and remember what it was about when we are answering the questions.
Examining skill 20, determine the topic. On two examples, the first question is the Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. What is the possible answer right? The possible answer is A, an asteroid, B, solar system, C, galaxies, and D, planets. The topic, the select, the context is the D, the planet, because it's dimension, and the Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. In the determinant topic is very easy, and two example is as well as, for instance, and however. What is the right answer? And the possible answers: A, type of the connecting words, B, type of the pronouns, C, example of the verbs, D, different nouns. And is very basic because it's A, the type of the connecting in the word, because in the relation in the answer.
My name is MOYERS. I'm going to present the skill 21 and draw a conclusion about who, what, where, and when. I ask you to draw some key to conclusion in this type of the question. Words do not clearly state. Instead, you must draw a conclusion based on one clue given in the conversation on key of the conclusion that the common in this part. That is to ask you determine the who the speaker in the based on the clues given in the conversation.
An example to better understand the skill 21 is the following. If the conversation says, good morning, how can I help you? Well, I have a lot of stomach pain and frequent vomiting. Maybe it is due to something I ate. Well, let me do a checkup and give you a prescription. In this example, without listening more, we can answer the WH questions: what, who, where, and when. We can say that there are two people, maybe a doctor and a patient. They are talking about a disease and a prescription. The place is probably the doctor's office or the hospital. And the time is irrelevant. Maybe it is after that the person had the pain. Well, the skill 22 called Listen for Answers in Order can be optional, as some people prefer to just listen to the recording and ignore the answers, but it is more advisable to read the options while you are listening to the conversation. In this way, you can rule out some answers, or also if you ignore the answers, you can forget some exact data that the recording provides, such as numbers or dates, names, or other things.
I'm going to present the skill number 22. Listen for the answer in order. And the mention in the 5 tips. The tip number 1 is you can listen to the conversation and ignore it to the answer. And the tip number 2, take the notes while you listen. Tip number 3, pay attention to the speaker's tone of the voice. Tip number 4, listen to the question, must be the answer in order. Tip number 5, and finally, when listen to the lecture, make the notes of the way and the lecture in the organize and the way to the ideas. Thank you for your attention. The 5 Ds is very important in the listening the lectures.